Hello, guys. So, today on this podcast, we are just going to be talking about random stuff. So, first of all, Happy New Month to you. I hope that
Happy New
June is
Month,
already looking
everybody.
good.
Yeah.
Yes, I hope that June is already looking good for you. Okay? But today, like I said, random talks. Are you ready?
Mm.
See you in a bit. All right, guys. So, welcome to the random talk today on the Afrocentrist podcast. My name is Ejiro Osakede, aka the Energetic EJ. Hi, Daniel.
Yeah, Daniel is here. Original Daniel. Yeah.
Daniel, yeah, start with the random talk.
Me? Me that is supposed to start. That's not what we discussed though. Why you all of a sudden want to put me on the spot? Hey, now wow. Okay.
That's why you're supposed to be ready at all times. Okay.
Ready at all times. Me Abi is random. Let's just talk anyhow. Okay. First of all, I wanted to address an issue that is going on in Ghana here, but then I think we should talk about our predicament first before we get to that. So, first of all, why are we here? What gave birth to random talks? Who invented random talks? See, so on today's episode of turning your misfortunes into blessings or turning your misfortunes into content, we present to you random talks. That's we
Oh
did
my
so.
goodness.
Nothing there to talk. We don't have anything to tell you people. so so we believe we are going through what you call a creative block. Yeah. We have acknowledged that we are creatives, and this is one of the challenges that is being faced, but we've decided to turn it to our own good. So people should take it like that. So
Mm,
I'm sure most of us have faced it, or that's happened to somebody, or yeah, it happens often, especially if you're a writer, not just a writer, every
yeah.
field. But yeah, but it's originally because of writing. That was where this creative block thing came from, writer's block, then
Hmm.
creative block. Yeah. So it happens when you want to you have an idea, you want to expand or talk more about, but then it's like you're blank. Like 5 minutes ago, you knew what you wanted to say, but all of a sudden, you don't know what to type or where to go. It's like you've lost your idea, or you've lost, I don't know what is missing actually, but there is a block. Like you really can't think straight. Whatever it is that pumps you up or like gives you the idea, that thing that speaks to you is probably sleeping. Yeah. So
No, it's not.
it's not sleeping.
It's not sleeping.
Okay.
It's just that I feel like it's just a disconnect somewhere. All right. So
Okay.
if I would even come in there, for example, not like so. For example, as you know, as a podcaster, for example, we had our we have our month planned. We already have the things that we need to do for each week and all of that. But for
Yeah.
some reason, this past week has just been
Hmm.
crazy, and I can't even but nothing is coming to mind right now. And really,
Yes.
personally, I am not one to
Mm.
force creativity. Like if it's not flowing, it's not flowing.
Yeah.
I don't
It's
want to
not flow.
force it,
Mm.
right? I don't want
If
to
you
force it.
force it to be
But
a
then,
disaster.
but then there's this challenge of, or not a challenge, there's this peculiarity with what we're doing here, for example, with
Okay.
Dania being all the way in Ghana and myself being all the way in the UAE, and then our timing is so different. We're 4 hours apart. And so our
Yes.
availability is also in the way. So when, we have a particular day that we're both free to record, and once we miss that day, it becomes like jumbled up, like, oh my God,
Hey, I
that
couldn't
was
think
what
straight the
happened.
whole week. How do we
That was what
record?
happened. Yes,
Oh.
because you know, you
Mm.
know, I was moving in the weekend. I was changing apartments in the weekend, and so we could
Okay.
not record until we were supposed to record. And so everything
Mm,
that like, and the week goes so fast. And like, oh my
very
god,
fast.
it's
It's
already
almost
midweek and we
Friday.
haven't done anything exactly.
Hmm.
So what we're trying to say here today, and making this a random talk, so that when we don't want to give excuses, because it's already coming to my mind, like, you know what, nobody's going to flog us for not
And nobody beat
showing.
us. Cannot beat
Yeah,
us.
somebody's going to
No.
beat us, right? To say, oh, we'll just give an announcement that, oh, sorry, for circumstances beyond our control, we could not have today's episode. But we decided to, like, you know what, let us still have
Mm,
it. Let us still talk
mm,
about something. It's not because we don't have
mm,
anything to talk about, but because of the peculiarity of what it is, it feels like we're
mm-hmm.
we're,
Yeah.
cre- we're creatively blocked right now. But we're talking now.
We are not talking. Is this not the creativity? Creativity don't change clothes. Hmm.
Oh my god. Yeah, so I think, so for me, what I've learned from this is, number one is always have plan A, B, C, D if possible.
Yeah.
You
A
see,
backup for your
because we
backup.
had, yeah, in this case we had just one. We have a particular day, and because we missed that day, it kind of
Mm.
scattered the whole plan, and we're unable to
Yeah.
quickly
Yeah.
get
Yeah.
back up. And that's also
Yeah.
because of the peculiar situation. For me, for example, my head has just been everywhere in the past couple of days, and like, I'm not able to probably think creatively. But yeah, so I mean, so if you're going through that kind of situation, it's not the end of the world. But
No.
I mean, sometimes you still just have to push past that block and still do something.
Mhm.
That's why we're doing this random talk.
Yeah. So something that helps is that you might not always be in the mood, but then as a creative, once in a while you get ideas. It can come anywhere. It doesn't really respect your time or position. It can come at any time and anywhere. So whenever it comes, it's advisable to like write it down if you have a pen or paper around, or if you have your phone, just record it. It can be a concept for something. Just take your phone, do a quick recording so that you don't forget. Uh-huh. Because there tends to be some like moments or times where like you are overflowing with ideas, plenty.
Mm.
You feel like if I do this, it'll be great. If I do this, it'll be great. But we don't write them down. And then when you get to a place like this, when those ideas could be useful, you don't get them because you probably have
Because you
forgotten
didn't
about it
capture them.
due exactly due to the number of things that are running through your mind. But then if you write it down, that could be your contingency plan. You understand? So that helps. And also planning ahead isn't always enough, but then when you have time to yourself, it's advisable to want to save for the rainy day because you don't know when it
Mm.
will be, like today. So yeah, that's what I think.
Absolutely. So, guys, what we're saying with you, the long and short of this is, there was an issue with our plan for this week, and it could have led to us not showing up today. But we have decided to say, you know what, rather than not show up, we're going to come clean. So, basically, we can even actually tag this episode True Confession.
Yes, that's great. True confession. Hmm. Not bad, not bad, not bad. We can use that.
True
Hmm.
confession, because we are blank. Like, we've been sitting here talking to each other for almost 30 minutes and not been able to come up with anything tangible. I'm like, you know what, let's
Anything.
just record the conversation and see how it goes. And that's going to be our content. But please, please pardon us. This is not to say that, we wouldn't give out good content, but we really do hope that in this mess, you're able to learn something from it. Because most
Yeah.
times, when we curate content, we only curate the good part of it. We
Mm,
only show people our good side, right?
mm,
But there are these kind of days where you are like legitly blank. There are those
yeah.
kind of days where you don't have a clue what you want to do. There are those kind of
Yeah.
days when you actually make stupid decisions. We are humans. We know these things, but we don't really show them out there. So today we are taking the bold step forward to say, you know what, we're going to come clean. So, true confession,
True.
we're blank. Absolutely
Yeah,
blank.
true. It's crazy. Okay,
All
like
right.
I was saying, I
But
have. Uh-huh.
But before you go, I want to tell us about Ghana. Before we do that, let me just quickly
Mm,
say here that one thing we are not blank about is our tap
mm.
review, okay? Because we already have things
Okay.
planned already. We have tap
Yeah.
review second week, second Friday of the month, and another fourth Friday of the month. So
Mm.
this, and I remember mentioning last week that today we're going to reveal the book that we will be reviewing in the month of June. So drum roll. So there is this book called A Line in the Sand, written by
Okay.
Bralade Koroye Eminanjo. She's a friend of mine, and this book talks about or highlights the power of setting healthy boundaries. Okay,
Mm.
but the way this book is written is in stories. Who doesn't love stories? Okay, and so Validate in her, graciousness and her generosity, has given out a free copy of that, a free story. So they're a compilation of 14 stories. So she has given out
Mm-hmm.
a free story, and actually, yeah, a free story to everybody to read. So we're going to review the book based on that one story, okay? Next week. So we're going to bring into you a story from A Line in the Sand talking about boundaries. And that's what we're going to be talking about in Tap Review next week. All right. So you don't want to miss it. And very soon, hopefully, we should be able to bring her on the show so that we can ask her some questions around
Yes, yes, yes,
setting
yes. That would be nice.
healthy boundaries. We'll see if we can bring her on next week so that while we do the review of the story, we're able to ask her questions around that. We'll see. Not a promise, we'll try because she's also a
Okay.
very busy person. All right.
Mm.
Okay. Over to you, Daniel. Just us, what's going on in Ghana?
Okay. Story, story. Um,
Sorry.
there's this trend that's been going on for like months in Ghana here. About these kids, they are Rastafarians. They have that locks hair do something. So they are just
This is mine.
completed
I'm a Rasta too, so please be very word
yeah,
for what
something
you
like
say.
yours. Oh, no, no offense. I love Rastafarians. I love Bob Marley. I love Lucky Dube. God bless you. Um, so the thing is that they had completed junior high school, about to enter into senior high school, and the school which they got didn't want to take them in because of their hair. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
okay.
the hair preference and all that. So the school was insisting that they either cut it or go school somewhere else. So then
Wow.
the Ghana Education Service (GES) then came in. It became a serious matter. It went on national television and interviews and everywhere. Yeah. So people were debating. They were saying that the kids were leaving the hair because of religion. So they don't see why that should be
That should
enough reason to stop
affect.
them from going to school. Yeah. But then the authorities are also making an argument that they don't accept certain types of hairstyle. So if they accept this one, it means they are allowing the other ones to come in. So people can
To
go to
go.
school with mohawks and then different types of hairstyle. You can imagine. So it's a debate here, and then the kids, funny enough, got an excellent score, like perfect score in their exams.
Mm,
So it now makes it even harder. So
yeah,
people
because
are
it's
raising
not like they are
arguments that
riffraff.
yes, exactly. And people are raising arguments that what concerns the hair with the learning that you do? The kids come to you so that you teach them what they need to know to grow and then be people in society. So what concerns the hair with learning? Yeah. I mean the person that has the rasta is doing better than somebody that you can use the hair for mirror. So
Hmm.
this has been a debate. So
Wow.
I don't know if you have an opinion on this. It's funny you are having a rasta on today, so
I'm Rasta. Like this is my hair. Is it? So before it's just that it was packed. That's why you didn't see. This is my hair. I'm Rasta, right?
really.
I'm yeah. I'm on dreadlocks, right? So I
Okay,
would feel
okay.
bad. Like yeah, I feel why would they say because it's
Mm,
like for me it's like saying if you have Afro, don't come to school
mhm.
because you have Afro.
You can't
Like
come to school with afro in Ghana here
oh wow,
unless you're in the
male and
university.
female,
Male and female, you bring your hair down.
you have to cut it. Yeah.
Lower than mine. You see mine,
Mm,
something a
wow.
bit down
Well,
than
I
mine.
think yeah,
Yeah.
I think there are those kind of rules in Nigeria as well. For example, like there are.
Okay.
I think government schools you have to have a low cut. You can't even make hair. It's private schools where they now have you can make hairstyles and all of that. So maybe the parents too should take their kids to private school, or if the government
Pri-
schools are not allowing a certain kind of
Private
hairstyle.
schools here are really expensive, and then we
Very,
are
very.
currently in yeah we are currently in a system where education is free in the sense that you don't pay school fees if you are going to a government school. And then this school they got happens to be one of the top schools in Ghana, so you
And
can
then
imagine.
I think it's a thing of choice then. Like they have to make a choice. They have to make a sacrifice.
Mm-hmm.
Sacrifice their
Mm-hmm.
hair for the education, or yeah, unless like I said, so for some people the rasta is a thing of, like you said, religion or family
Okay.
thing. Some people
Yeah.
like Gideon kind of, they don't touch their hair, they don't cut their hair or anything. But if
Mm-hmm.
that is not in place, they can cut the hair and let the kids go to school. Or also for some people, I've heard of people that if they cut the hair, the child is going to be sick or something. So it all
Oh.
depends. Like I don't think there's the one answer fits all here. It's just going to depend on the intricacies involved. But if it's not religion or maybe a particular family thing, they should cut their hair and let the kids go to school. Because at the end of the day, it's either you do that or you take the kids to a private school where you can pay a lot of money for them to go to school.
But the parents didn't really take it like that. It ended up in a lawsuit, and GES also came to help. They won, so the kids are in school now. Yeah, but then
Oh,
it's still a
wow.
debate. Yeah, because the school is trying to do something. They want to put the GES, since they want to make their own decisions, they want to put the GES in a tight corner of saying that hair doesn't matter when you're going to school. If you do it that way, it means anybody can do any kind of hairstyle
Any hair.
and come to school. And now it's now becoming a very, very prolonged issue because GS2 also doesn't agree with that. So
Yeah.
that's where we
Okay,
are now.
guys. Anyway, so guys, you've learned something or you've known something that has happened in Ghana, and you can
Yeah.
also chip in your suggestion. What do you think? Do you think kids? I mean, this is not university, it's secondary or secondary school, junior secondary, senior secondary. Do you think they should be allowed to carry any hairstyle, or the school has a right to say no? This is the particular way that we want you to look. Okay, so if you have a suggestion, please share with us, as we always tell you to do, so that we can include it in our next episode of the Afrocentrics podcast. Thank you today for being on the show. Yes, it's a confession show. I hope that you learned something from our confession and you are going
Yeah.
to avoid the same mistakes that we made today. All right? Until we come your way again next week with a planned episode.
It's almost 20 minutes. Wow, that's interesting.
So do remain amazing. Have a beautiful week. And once again, happy new month.
Happy New
I'm going
Year.
to announce something next week. I should announce it now before our 20 minutes cut. Is that
Okay.
I'm putting together a summit and I'm
Okay.
inviting you to be a part of it. It is called the Becoming Summit. And the theme is becoming servant leaders. Okay. It's going to be amazing. We have 15 speakers all together across the globe coming together to talk about servant leadership. All right. So you can follow me on Instagram and just, get the link to subscribe or to sign up for the event. It's free, but registration is required. Okay. Thank you so much. Have a lovely day or weekend.
Lovely day.
Bye.
One.